Let's make a VR game together, and in this first episode we are going to set up VR from scratch on a freshly new Unity project and see how we can add some custom and presence. As always, feel free to subscribe down below for the next episode about making the environment, and if you'd like to support my work and get access to the Result Unity project, I will leave in the description my Patreon. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with our game. So of course we need a version of Unity to make it. And the version that I'm going to use is 2022.3.7F1 LTS. LTS means long-term support, so choosing this type of version will make sure that it keeps on running correctly in the future update. So anyway, now you also want to make sure that you have both Android and Windows showing here. And if you don't, you can click here. Then add module, select the Android build support with OpenGDK and Android SDK and click on install. Now, anyway, once everything is downloaded, you can go back to project, new project. And now let's give a name to our Unity project. I'm going to name mine Space Scrapper. That will be actually the name of our game. Then you can choose here a certain template. In my case, I'm going to select the 3D URP. Now, a little note here, there is also the VR core, which you can choose if you want to already have a VR setup made for your project. But in my case, I want to do this from scratch to show you every steps on the way. So let's select this one and click on Create Project. And you might need to click here on Install if you haven't done it before. But anyway, now the only thing to do is to wait a little bit. Okay, so here you go now. Unity is now set up, but now it's time to do this for VR. But before, let me just click here on Remove README Asset, as I don't want to see this again. Then on Proceed. Perfect. And now to enable VR, let's go to Edit, Project Settings, and down below, click on XR Plugin Management, and then on Install XR Plugin Management. Perfect. Now for the plugin providers, what we want is OpenXR. We can then click on Yes. Okay, here you go. So as you can see, the OpenXR is selected for our plugin providers, but it is only selected for Windows. So we need to make sure to do this as well for Android. And for this, let's select here this tab and click on OpenXR as well. Now, as you can see, there is a little warning icon next to OpenXR asking us to do a little bit more settings. And to fix this, we need to go to OpenXR. And as you can see, we should be able to see here the interaction profile list. And this is where we can set the headset that will be able to play our game. So for Windows, what we can do is basically select all of them. So Valve Index, HTC Vive, Reverb, Microsoft Motion. There you go. I'm just going not to select these two. And so let's do the same this time again for Android. But this time I want to support MetaQuest. So we need to enable here this little boolean. Then click on the plus button and select the Oculus Touch controller profile and the MetaQuest Touch controller profile. There you go. Now this way you should have a complete list of interaction profile, which will be the headset that can play your game. But as you can see, there is still a little warning button here. And if we click on it, we are going here to the project validation, which is an awesome tool that Unity has made to help us do all of the settings for VR correctly. And as you can see, in the case of Android, there are two little warnings that we can fix if we click on Fix All. Okay, now there is just only one warning. Let's just ignore it for now and close this Windows. So now the XR plugin management is set up, but we need to install the Unity XR Interaction Toolkit. And to do so, let's go to Windows, Package Manager, go to here and Unity Registry, and search for XR Interaction. And you should see this one. So XR Interaction Toolkit version 2.4.3. So let's click here on Install. There we go. Now it is installed. We can go to Samples and here install the starter assets by clicking on Import. And there you go. Now at this point, everything should be ready to use VR in this project. So let's close this window and let's get started. So the first thing that we can do is basically remove the main camera, as we are going to add our own VR camera. We can also remove the global volume because we don't want any post-processing for now. And what I'm going to do is simply create a plane by right-clicking, going to 3D Object, Plane. We can reset the position of the plane by going here and click on Reset. And now it is time to add the famous VR camera I was talking about. So we could build it from scratch, of course, but an easy way to do so is to right-click, go to XR, and then go to XR Origin VR. And as you can see, this already adds an XR Origin with here the main camera, which is using, and two controllers for the left hand and the right hand. Now on these two controllers, there is also an XR Ray interactor that I don't want, so I'm going to select them both by pressing on the Control key. Then down below, I'm going to remove the sorting group, remove the XR interactor line visual, remove the line renderer, and finally remove the XR Ray interactor to only have the XR controller. Perfect, but that's not it, because as you can see, all of the input action of the XR controller are empty, but we can fill them automatically by clicking here, then default left controller for the left one, do the same for the right controller by selecting this time default right controller, and everything is now ready. This should be able now with all of these input action to listen to the input of the player to move and use the controller. Now there is one last thing to enable, and I just seen that the XR origin is a bit far, so let's maybe recenter it by setting its position to 0, 0, 0. There we go. Now it is on the plane. Perfect. So depending on the type of VR game that you are making, you might want to track the floor or not. In the case of Space Creeper, the game that we are making, we want to take the floor position into consideration. So in the tracking origin mode, let's set it from not specified to floor. Beautiful. And now here, if the XR origin seems to float in the air, just make sure that here the pivot is not set to center, but to pivot. And as you can see now, everything should be great, and you should be reassured that the XR origin is placed at the ground. So now let's see if VR is working by clicking on play. But first, make sure that you of course have a VR headset plugged to your PC. Now in my case, as you can see, I have a Quest 2, which is plugged to my PC using the Oculus link. So basically, this makes it enable for me to test VR game on my desktop. But of course, this tutorial works for any VR headset. Now, you just have to make sure that if you want to test VR directly inside Unity, you of course need to be able to test VR game on the PC. And I will leave more documentation in the description below about Oculus Link and how to set it up if you want to learn more about it. But anyway, now it is time. Let's here set this Windows to maximize and click on play. And there you go. As you can see, VR is working, but that's not it. I can see also some little controllers that are following my hands in the real world. So that's pretty cool. Now, in our case, we don't want this controller to show, but to have animated hand presence, and this is what I'm going to show you right now. So the first thing we want is to, of course, remove the controller model. We can do so by selecting both the left and the right controller, and down below for the model prefab, click here and select none. There you go, this will reset the model prefab to nothing. But now for hand presence, we need, of course, a hand model which will be animated. If you followed my previous tutorial series on how to make a VR game, we actually made the script to animate the hand based on the input of the player and use it on the Oculus hand model that are provided by their plugin. And so to help get started on this project, I've packaged everything that we will need throughout this whole series inside one Unity package that you will be able to download in the description. And this package contains the hand presence that we need. So in my case, I have it right here. And what I'm going to do is simply drag it in Unity. There you go. So here is everything that this package contains and that we will need throughout this whole tutorial series. So let's click on import. Perfect. And now to have a look at the amazing hand presence that we made in the How to Make a VR Game series, we can go to Let's Make a VR Game, Oculus Hands, prefabs, and here is the two hands. So we simply need to drag the left hand model under the left controller and the right hand model under the right controller. And as you can see, they both have the animate hand on input component, which will listen to the pinch and grip input action of the player to animate the hand accordingly. So if I click on play, as you can see, the hands are looking nice and are correctly animated, but I think that's for this special project. We can do better. That's right, we will add another custom hand model for this game. And you will be able to find it in the package that we've downloaded by going to Let's Make a VR Game, Terminator Hand, and Prefab, and there they are. As you can see, these two hands are looking really good. So I'm going to drag the left Terminator under the left controller and the right Terminator under the right controller. There you go. Now, as you can see, they seem to be correctly placed, but what you can do is actually use the standard left-hand model to better place any custom model that you have. So for example, for the left hand, I could basically move them a bit closer if I wanted, but everything looks good right there. But of course, these two custom hands are missing something. That's right. First, the animate hand on input, but also an animator to animate them. Okay, so what we can do is simply paste here the animate hand on input component on the other hand. So for this, let's right click, go to copy component, select the other hand, right click, pass component as new. And here, the only thing that we want to change is, of course, not send the hand animator to be the left hand model of the other hand, but of this one, so this animator. So let's drag it over there. Now we can do the same for the right hand. So copy this component, paste it on the right Terminator hands, and drag the animator on the hand animator. Finally, for here, the controller to control the animation, what we can do is simply duplicate again the controller of the right hand. So let's highlight it here. I'm going to select it and press on Ctrl D and rename this Robot and Animator. There you go. Now, if we go to Windows, Animation, Animator, there we can have a look at the Robot Hand Animator. We have here the two parameters, so the grip and the trigger, and here the blend tree. So if we double click on the blend tree, we can see that these two parameters are basically making it possible to choose between 4 animation, which is the default hand position, the pinch, and the fist. But as you can see, these 4 animation are using their whole hand. So what we need is actually to replace them with animation on the new one. And fortunately for us, as you can see in the Terminator hand, we have a bunch of animation that we can use here. So for the default one, I'm going to use the open hand. For the pinch, the pinch. For the grip, without the pinch here, we can use the finger gun. And if the player press on the grip and on the trigger button as well, we can simply set it to the fist animation over there. So in other words, let's go here, drag the open hand on the first one. For the other, which is pinch, we want to set the pinch. Here for this one, which is representing the hand fist without the pinch, what we can do is select here the finger gun. And finally, for the last one, we want it to be the fist. And there you go. Everything is looking nice. As you can see, if I move here these parameters, it correctly animates. So if the player is gripping without pinching, it will do the finger gun. If the player is only pinching, it will do this pinch animation. And finally, if the player is pinching and gripping at the same time, as you can see, his hands close completely. And there we go. Now let's select our right Terminator hand. Let's go back to where we had our robot hand animator and drag it over there. And now what's cool is that in this case, because the right Terminator and the left Terminator hands are coming from the same 3D model, they are behaving with the same animation, so we can drag the robot hand animator on the left hand as well. So now everything should be ready. Let's go back to our scene. We can now select both the two previous hand model, remove them, and now let's click on play to see how these two new hands are looking. And there you go. As you can see, everything is looking nice. When I grip on both my controller, it does here this finger gun movement. And when I pinch at the same times, my whole hand closes. And as you can see, in a matter of a few parameters, we were able to easily transfer all of the animation properties from one hand model to another. Now on the side note here, if you don't have any animation on the end, what you can do is actually build the animation from scratch using the animation settings on Unity. So to do so, basically, you would have to here open the animation windows with Add Tap Animation. And here you could click and create a new clip and then set the correct position you want to assign for the animation on your right hand and use that on the blend tree. Now, a last fix that I want to show you is that I feel like the idle of the end is a bit too open in my case. So I found out that what we can do is go to the robot and animator, go into our blend tree. And now, as you can see, for the armature open hand, instead of setting its position to 0, 0, maybe setting it to -0.2 will help, because if the default value goes at 0, 0, it will kind of already add a certain distance from the open end and kind of, as you can see, already put the end into a better position, which is not too open and which I feel looks a bit better. So let's find out by clicking on play. And there you go, guys. Congratulations, we managed to create a VR setup for our game to work with all VR headsets. But the coolest thing for me is this awesome custom end, which will look awesome on the game. Now, the next episode is about making the environment, so make sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to support my work and get access to the Result Unity project, I will leave my Patreon in the description. Now, thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye-bye.